Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the second take on this, on the pick and gut for this Medeco M3. First take was kind of a disaster. I didn't have the proper tools to remove the C-clip in the back. Ended up stabbing myself, wasting about 10 minutes. It was a fiasco. So we're gonna try take two now. Okay, here's the key. As you can see, all the angles are random. I have picked this lock before, so I do know the binding order, but I haven't memorized the angles or anything crazy like that. You can see that it works. Alright, so let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Please step on my camera. Hi, sir.
Alright, so this is one of my first lock picking videos ever. It's kind of interesting, you know. There are definitely some challenges, like trying to reach around this damn camera to pick the lock. Alright, so walk through, talk through. First of all, we're going to go through and we're going to apply heavy tension and check springiness on the pins. Okay, 1 and 2 are springy, 3 is springy, 4 is not springy. So what that tells us is that it's binding against a sidebar pin. So we're going to feel it, figure out what angle it's at. Okay, this one's rotated counterclockwise, so we're going to rotate it clockwise a little bit, or the first time, it doesn't really matter. You can just kind of wiggle it around till it slips into position. Okay, I think we got it, so let's go through test for springiness again. Oh, 1 is no longer springy, so alright, there we go. I even got some plug rotation on that. That's a good sign. Okay. Now, any kind of feedback, anything abnormal that you feel in these locks generally merits some investigation. So, if you feel one that's not binding at all, even though all the other pins are picked and you know that you haven't overlifted anything, maybe that pin needs to be rotated, or maybe the pin adjacent to it needs to be rotated. Alright, we're all springy. So now, next step is going to be to depress the slider. Okay, now if the slider locks back, that means that the sidebar, or the pins are rotated in such a way that all the fingers of the sidebar fit in a gate. Not necessarily the correct gate, it may be a false gate, but they're in a gate. Sometimes you get super lucky and get it the first time, we'll see. And it doesn't feel like it, because usually when you do, you'll get a little bit of plug rotation. Okay, so now we go through and we pick the lock to shear line, and we're feeling for extra resistance in a pin, or being able to lift it all the way to the top, feeling that resistance without it setting. So that's what we've got here in pin 2. So let's feel. Okay, this one is rotated clockwise, so we're going to rotate it anti-clockwise. Check for springiness. Okay, reset. Okay, and feel a little bit extra feedback on that one, so we know that that's probably the position it's supposed to be in. Okay, move on to 3. Okay, 3 is definitely a mushroom pin. I got some counter rotation, but a good set. 4 is binding super heavily. So I'm going to check its orientation real quick. It's rotated clockwise. We're going to rotate it anti-clockwise real quick. Okay. Running into issues working around this camera again. Hang on. Okay, we must have bumped 1 because it has lost its springiness. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All feel good, so. Alright, now feels like it lost a little bit of that sensation, and now that I hit pin 2 again, I don't think it's in the right spot. I don't think we actually got it to rotate, so we're gonna hit it again. Okay. Now when I check the orientation, basically, if you can see, I'm feeling the left side, the left corner, and the right corner, and just determining the depth. Okay, that tells me the orientation of the pin. Okay, let's try this again. 2 still doesn't feel right. Let's try rotating it the other way. Of course, that may also mean that number 3 is binding. Oh, no, I got some core rotation on that one, so. Alright, 2 feels happy now. Now, 3, 4, got a decent set on that, but it still feels different than the rest. 5, and nothing on 6, so I'm going to go and hit 5 real quick. 5, it's rotated. Anti-clockwise, so we'll rotate it clockwise. Test for springiness. Try again. Good plug rotation. Set 1. 3, 4. Let's go back to 2 real quick, see if we can set it. Okay, got a set on 2. Oop, lost something there. Alright, so let's start over. 1, 3, 4, 2, 5 does not feel right, but 6 is binding now. That's interesting. So let's hit up 5 again. Alright. We'll rotate it so that it's not in either direction, it's down the middle. Okay? Come on. 3, 4. I don't think that was right because I'm not getting much feedback. I lost it. Alright. Try again. 1, 3, 4, 2, 5. That was 6 actually. So 6. That's at 5. Oh, deep pulse set. That's a good sign. Okay. So let's check and see what dropped. Here we're on 4. It definitely dropped. Oh, and an open. Alright, I'm going to try and speed through this because I'm running out of time here. Okay, it's obviously unlocked. Let's go ahead and put it in the lock position. Grab my tool here. Make sure you can see the little pin compartments on my mat. Alright, so I'll start in the back. Pin 6. Okay, we've got steel springs. We've got a mushroom pin, a serrated key pin, looks like an ARX pin. Alright, next. Oops. Okay, another steel spring, another mushroom pin, and a standard key pin there. Pin chamber 4. Alright, another mushroom pin, another standard key pin. Pin 3. Standard driver pin, standard key pin. Pin 2. And another mushroom pin, standard key pin. Pin 1. There we go. Standard and standard. Alright, hopefully we can not make the same mistake as we made last time and not stab myself in the hand. You can see I marked this up pretty bad. Pretty disappointed in that. It was like a $140 lock, so that sucks.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, personnel working the loft in zone 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Now we'll go ahead and release this sidebar by depressing the slider. Okay. Oops. Now this is our anti-drilling pin.
That's my last. Disregard all hit on the loft.
Hold on, we late to wedding 6.
Say again.
Wedding 6. Investigate water on deck.
En route. Alright, I gotta hurry up here, guys. So we got some more anti-drilling pins. Got our slider intact. Sidebar. Oh, this thing is super tricky to get out of here. Come on. Alright. Now, don't want to lose my springs here. As you can see, got both springs. Oops. Sidebar is fully intact. Core is fully intact. Nothing special about this. And same with our housing here. Anyway, that's it. Hope you guys learned something. Thanks.